There's a saying that life is a journey, and rightly so. From the greatest to the weakest, everyone goes through ups and downs. Each situation, each choice is a test, and life is like a short test. Every decision leads you in a certain direction. That's why it's crucial to learn to observe human life, observe others, the decisions they made that brought them to this point in their lives. Learn from both the great men and the less experienced. There's a story about a wise man. One day, the wise man was sitting under a tree, and some people approached and sat beside him. They asked a simple question: "How are you so wise?" The wise man turned, looked at them for a moment, and replied, "Because I learn from fools. I observe their decision-making process and avoid doing things that got them into trouble." The same is true for your life. Let every moment of your life be full of observations. It's the easiest way to shorten 10, 20, or even 30 years of your learning curve and put yourself ahead of the 99%. Remember that life is full of lessons. It's your duty as a man to remain a lifelong student. The moment you think you're a master and have learned enough is the moment you'll stop growing. So, what are some of the lessons and principles that men should follow? Stick until the end of the video to see all the 7 lessons and a special bonus lesson in the end. Leave a like and let's start the lesson. Lesson number 1. Everything is temporary. The good moments and the bad moments are temporary. When your life is going well, enjoy it to the fullest and be grateful. Similarly, when facing difficulties, stay calm and overcome tough situations like a man. Know that it's not the end of the world. Remember that even good days are temporary. Even if you're a millionaire for a lifetime, a day will come when you need to rely on something beyond money. So, never let your emotions take over you, both on good days and bad days. Stay firm and keep a clear head. Lesson number 2. Life is not fair. It's no secret that we're all born with different sets of cards. Some are born with a silver spoon in their mouths, while others have nothing. You can complain as much as you want and be angry with God or your family for not giving you things to progress in life. But remember, the ultimate responsibility for creating a perfect life rests on you. The life you want is on the other side of the difficulties you despise. It's like the saying, if you want to pursue happiness, start by seeking the uncomfortable. Stop waiting and start acting. Stop complaining and start doing. These are the foundations of masculinity. Lesson number 3. The greatest risk is not taking risks. If you closely observe some of the most successful people out there, you'll see that they took action to get somewhere. Everything worthwhile in life comes with some kind of risk. For example, if you find a girl very attractive and want to win her over, guess what? You need to approach her and start a conversation. This can be intimidating for most men, and they give up the moment the woman passes by. But whether it's dating or leaving a 9-to-5 job to start a more lucrative career, most things worth it in life come with a risk. The choice is yours. Take the risk and live according to it, or avoid it and continue living a mediocre life. Lesson number 4. The importance of being present. 50% of men tend to live in the future, while the other 50% tend to live in the past. These are very dangerous places to live. While it's important to consider your future, be careful not to let it interfere with your present. There's nothing wrong with thinking about your future. In fact, it's one of the best ways to get an idea of direction. But don't live there. Let your thoughts about the future serve as a gentle reminder as you work in the present to achieve that lifestyle. The same goes for living in the past. Many men live in this fantasy world of the past, often saying, "Oh, how I wish the good old times would come back." When you do this, You become the very reason that prevents you from living the good times. The only way to get back to the present is when you have a purpose to live for each day as a man. Remember that without purpose, you'll wander like a mindless zombie, living half the time in the future and half in the past. Lesson number 5. Overthinking makes things worse. As we grow up, we tend to start overthinking everything. You'll notice that you get upset with every little action of others. Maybe someone didn't say goodbye to you after work, and suddenly you feel that they hate you. These are things that will slowly kill you from the inside, even if the other person has good intentions toward you. Stop paying attention to these thoughts, and more importantly, don't create fantasy situations in your mind. Remember that action is the antidote to overthinking. So, whenever you find yourself sinking into this abyss of thoughts, act and fail. Lesson number 6. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is a personal choice, and only you have the power to make yourself happy. Much of your happiness comes from within you. You have control over your emotions, so don't expect someone else to make your life happy. In fact, that's the biggest reason why most relationships fail. Each person in the relationship joins with the expectation that the other person will make them happy, but that never happens unless you can make yourself happy first. So, never expect your relationship to work if you can't keep yourself happy. This applies not only to relationships, but to every interaction in life. For example, on a rainy day, one person may jump and be happy in the rain, while another may curse God for allowing such bad weather. So remember, happiness is a choice. It's a mindset that you need to master every day. One of the best ways to start developing this mindset is to turn off social media. Social media causes a lot of harm, even though it's promoted as something that brings people together. In reality, it does the opposite, causing nothing but envy. Number 7. Do what you love and love what you do. Your job is a big part of your life. Choose it carefully. Imagine a man who loves programming. Do you think he would wake up one day and suddenly choose to work on civil projects, even if he were forced to do so? He wouldn't be able to do it efficiently. Therefore, consider your time valuable. Dedicate yourself only to developing the skills that will drive your career. Many men waste 50% of their lives because they choose careers or skills that their parents or friends like, but that they have no personal interest in. If you're not satisfied with the work niche you're involved in, you won't be satisfied with your career. This dissatisfaction will also affect many other aspects of your life. This is what we call investing in yourself, and it should also be applied to your casual life. Only engage in activities that serve your purpose and mission. And for the last, as I've said before, here's the bonus lesson. Your mind is your best friend and worst enemy. The last and most important life lesson is about your mind. You are the reason for everything that happens in your life. You can't blame anyone for your failures or weaknesses 99% of the time. Your thinking determines whether you are a winner or a loser. Train your mind to become your best friend because it will be with you for the rest of your life. Every time you look in the mirror, your mind should endorse you as the best man, almost as if your mind looks at you as a role model. Become one with your mind so that it becomes your biggest fan and supporter. This is one of the secret characteristics of all successful men. So, remember, life is a gift that you need to cherish every day. Continue to be a student of life, keep learning, and make sure to implement these life lessons into your life that most men learn late. I'm sure you won't forget to give a like to this video, check your subscription on the screen, and watch the videos that appear here. Until next time.